I've got some insane team of the season investments that can help you make a ton of coins on FIFA 22. But before we jump into that, I need to show you the easiest way for you to get some coins. If you guys are looking for the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market, make sure to head over to utnice.com and use code CHIEF for 6% off at checkout. Now let's go ahead and jump right into this video. All right, boys. So jumping into these investments, what we're going to be looking at today is some different community team of the season cards that I think are really good as a sort of high budget investment and are going to rise really well into this weekend and the coming week. So the main trend we're going to be looking at is a lot of Premier League team of the season cards or community team of the season cards that are in the Premier League. Now, the reason we're looking at these is these did super, super well last year. Again, last year it went community team of the season straight into the Premier League team of the season. And what happens is everybody, one, wants to build really good squads for that Premier League team of the season so they can do well in foot champs. So a lot of these meta cards just kind of rise in general. And then on top of that, when they get their rewards, a lot of people they want to build Premier League teams because they get those good red picks. So they start surrounding it with these other team of the season cards. And since these are out of packs, they do very, very well. So I kind of want to show you a couple of those trends as well. But two cards we're going to take a look at here. One is going to be that team of the season John McGinn, and another is going to be this Livramento. These are two of my favorite cards. I think McGinn is just an all-around amazing center mid CDM. Play him anywhere, it doesn't matter. And then Livramento is going to be one of the best right backs in the game for this early part of team of the season, so I really like him as well. So just to give you an idea of these trends here, I'm going to show you the community team of the season from last year. You can see we've got a few Premier League cards in here. So one really good example I've gone off of is Ndombele here, Ndombele, whatever you call him. He's very, very similar to McGinn this year, which is why I think this is a good comparison. And if we go look at his price, so this is community team of the season, and then you can see Premier League team of the season is this Friday right here. You can see Thursday he's very cheap, shoots up Friday, shoots up Saturday, and then even keeps going into the next week when people continue building their squads, getting their rewards, everything like that. So he rises really, really well there. Goes up to from, let's see here, about 290 to 390. So he goes up 100,000 coins right there. Now, one that's kind of similar but not quite the same. This Wan-Bissaka is a little bit higher level than that Livramento card, but I still think he's a good example. This Wan-Bissaka goes from 550k all the way up to 910k because people just want to use these cards. They want to build their Premier League squads, and since these team of the seasons are out of packs when the Premier League team of the season comes, they rise a lot quicker. Now, again, I don't think we're going to see any rises near that Wan-Bissaka, but that would be crazy. So he's a good one. He's a good example. And then last one we'll show, I guess we'll go for Barnes here. Barnes had a crazy rise as well. If we look at him, he went all the way from 475k to 875k, but he just went up 400k in a week's time. So looking at the community team of the season this year, there's quite a few Premier League team of the season cards, so we can go ahead and dive into these investments. So again, Livramento, McGinn are going to be my two safest plays, guys that I think really can't go that wrong. And the reason for that is going to be just that they're relatively cheap at the moment, especially for how high level their cards are. And I think they're just going to be cards that a lot of people can afford, so they can definitely rise up when people are building their teams, getting those red picks from Premier League team of the season, all that good stuff. So those are my two big plays. Now, obviously, the more expensive you go, the riskier it's going to be. Another guy I kind of like the look of is going to be this Imeric Laporte here. And the reason for that is there's going to be quite a few city cards here. And looking, he's a very similar price to what that Wan-Bissaka was last year. So we already know these defenders can go crazy going off of last year. And with all the links he's going to get a hyperlink to Rodri. He's going to get links to Ruben Diaz if he gets in, KDB, Bernardo Silva, that new Zinchenko showdown card. The links are great for this guy. So I think he can do very, very well out of packs. And obviously his card is just outrageous. So I think he can do well there. Now, one of the high budget ones I would say I'm staying away from is Fred. No, I'm not saying he's not going to rise, but the reason I'm staying away from this card, he's coming in about 450k right now, is he's very, very similar to McGinn, but he's 400k more. And I just think when people are building those Premier League squads, they're not going to care about that Fred card as much. Now, obviously, he's Manchester United and Brazilian, which helps him. I'm just going to stay away from that Fred card. I don't think it's worth it, but I mean, if you look at him and McGinn, same pace, McGinn has 8 more shooting, same passing, same dribbling. McGinn has 3 less defending, 3 more physical. McGinn just has the better card at the end of the day. Now, Fred does have the 5-star, 4-star, whereas McGinn's 3-star, 4-star, but they are comparable cards, which is what I like to look at. Now, an interesting one to me is going to be the Zaha. This Zaha, I think, can do quite well because his card is honestly just crazy. And the reason I like him especially is he got an upgrade from a 3-star weak foot to a 4-star weak foot. So he's super, super meta now. He's got 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. I think this guy can do quite well. It really just depends upon the only issue with him is he's not going to get great links to anybody. He's not going to get a strong link to anybody, honestly. Nobody's using a Crystal Palace player, and there's no super good Ivory Coast Premier League players outside of like that showdown body, I guess, which you're really not going to be linking those two together. So that's kind of my look at the Zaha card. I do like him. Links are just going to be tough. And then last one I'm going to hit on is going to be Hugo Lloris. He's a bit of an interesting one because last year the Areola team of the season didn't rise for like he didn't shoot up like the other guys did. He was very much like a slow riser. And I know people aren't like massive fans of Lloris in this game. So I'm probably gonna buy one Lloris and club stock him, but other than that, I'm probably just gonna not really go hard into him. Now, let's talk about when to buy, when to sell. When to buy, I recommend buying tomorrow after content with marquee matchup supply. We're gonna have a lot of people opening packs, marquee matchups, everything like that. I think it's gonna be a great day to buy. You're gonna be able to get well under the prices that they're going for right now. Bidding, sniping, all that good stuff. Now, in terms of when to sell, a lot of those cards were interesting to me in that they had some different peaks. But I would say a guy like Ndombele, if you take a look, he peaked Friday the week after. So what we're looking at is it looks like Saturday they're going to go really high. So you could sell Saturday to be safe, and then they may rise a little bit more throughout next week. But this coming set, you can buy Thursday, sell Saturday. It looks like you can get some very good coins out of it. But again, they could go see this Saturday, and then maybe they drop a little, and then they go up again. So the safe play would be to sell on the weekend here and take your coins, and then you could potentially reinvest if you'd like, or just hold them and hope they go up further. But yeah, for example, this Ariel, like I said, he was a bit of a slow riser, but he did end up doing quite well, which is why I'm not super in on that Lloris card, if I'm honest. But I think he's going to do quite well. Those are our Premier League team of the season investments. Some guys from community team of the season that I think are going to do quite well heading into this Premier League team of the season week. But guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video.